Hey guys, Illogical here. Today I'm going to be playing some Starsector. I've been hearing a lot about this game, watching some videos, and after putting just a little bit of time doing a little bit of the tutorial stuff in it, I can certainly tell that this is a game that I am going to enjoy. So today I just wanted to kind of go through the start of a game and get into it and maybe turn this into a series. We'll see. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to name our character. We're going to name it Illogical, of course. We can pick random avatars, and there's a lot of them from what I've seen. That guy looks cool. Yeah, he'll be Illogical. He will be our Illogical. There's different sector ages: young, hotter stars, more planets, more mineral resources, fewer habitable worlds. Average, more balanced mix of stars and planets. Old, cooler stars, fewer planets, less minerals, more habitable worlds. And mixed, different constellations may have different ages. We're going to go with a mixed age, and we're going to go with a normal sector. Your most recent occupation was as: we can choose between a bounty hunter commanding a wolf-class frigate, a scavenger commanding a Wayfarer-class combat freighter, an explorer leading a salvage expedition from aboard a Apogee-class cruiser, faster start, a mercenary leading a small force from aboard a Hammerhead-class destroyer, faster start, or a freelancer doing whatever job you've been able to find, randomized start. Let's pick up maybe a scavenger. Scavenger sounds like something I'd want to do. Go out, scavenge parts, get in fights, and get some loot. In addition, your fleet includes a Kite-class shuttle under the command of an experienced subordinate, a Shepherd-class drone tender with a cargo of heavy machinery. Let's take the Shepherd-class drone tender with the heavy machinery. We're going to be doing an easy playthrough. This is really like my first time. I've done just the tutorial stuff, so we're going to be learning as we go, and we are definitely going to start with the tutorial again. My last playthrough ended abruptly, was woefully unprepared for encounters. And I mean, there's nothing better than a refresher, starting with the tutorial. Welcome to the sector. Your fleet is in the middle of nowhere and critically low in supplies. If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but ultimately fatal decline. You decide to continue. Fortunately, there's a debris field nearby. Move up into it and activate your scavenge ability to search it for useful cargo. It's possible to scavenge through the same debris field multiple times, but there are diminishing returns and increased risk with each attempt. Only scavenge once here. Make sure you take all of the supplies and any other valuable cargo, but feel free to leave the cheap and bulky metals behind. To get your fleet moving, click on the empty space on the direction you want to move. Okay, so we can see here in the bottom right that there is something on our mini map straight ahead of us, and if we just click, we'll be able to move up into range of this debris field. Once we get up here, we are able to use scavenge. Your fleet assumes a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scans indicate it's likely something of value can be found inside. There are indicators of some easy pickings to be had, and the risk of an accident during a salvage operation is low. Let's assess. We have 81 crew. We have 30 heavy machinery. I believe we need 61 here and 20. So we get scavenge effectiveness of 29%. Oh, maybe we need 80 crew and we only have 61, and it's asking for 30 heavy machinery. That seems more likely. So it's asking for 80 crew, we only have 61. Asking for 30 machinery, we only have 20. But we'll begin to salvage. And it looks like we have picked up some supplies, some additional fuel, some heavy machinery, and some metals. It did say that we can leave the metal plates, but if we look over here at the bottom left in this white bar, we can see that we have a cargo capacity of 200. We're only at 112 with that. So we're going to confirm and take that, and then press F5 to quick save and advance the tutorial. A pirate fleet is approaching. First you spot it as a sensor contact, then as an unidentified fleet, and then when it gets very close, you see its true colors. Don't worry, the pirate ship is a shoddy rust bucket, and if you do lose, you can press F9 to quick load. Even so, combat can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploying ships into battle reduces their combat readiness, and recovering CR consumes supplies. Battle damage can cost even more supplies to repair. However, fighting is often necessary to survive. Wait for the pirate fleet to approach, then defeat them. So we have pirates coming up here. We can see that initially they're an unidentified fleet, followed up by a rogue miner intercepting your fleet. So we're going to left click on them to lay an intercept course for the rogue miner. And we're going to move into engage. We're going to transfer command for this engagement to our primary ship. Combat can be automated or manually controlled. I'm definitely in favor of automating it and letting my ships kind of do what they want and giving them general orders from this tactical screen we're about to see. You can select which ships to deploy at the beginning of each battle and deploy reinforcements as the battle goes on. Deploying a ship reduces its combat readiness by a fixed amount. In addition, ships will begin to gradually lose combat readiness after their peak readiness time runs out. Recovering combat readiness takes time and consumes valuable supplies. Okay, so we're going to bring both ships here. So we're going to say deploy. And now if we unpause, we can kind of see how the battle's going from this grid out here. If we hit tab, we can actually see our ships. This is our primary ship here. And then we have our drone ship out here. So we're going to watch and see where things are coming in. So one of the things we can do is we can select both our ships from this screen. And then if we right click on this ship here, they will both target it to eliminate it. That'll be their priority. If we come over here, we can zoom out just a little bit, move around a little bit with the mouse, and we see that they are taking up an engagement. Our shields are going up and we're already venting flux apparently, though I'm not sure why we would have vented so early. And if I want to, I can take control of this ship by disabling the autopilot and starting the controls. You hold left mouse click to fire, right click to put up shields. That raises your flux. I'm gonna pause this and go back to this screen and just have them go back to using the AI. They are much better than I am right now, as I'm still learning a lot about the controls. So we're taking a little bit of damage. Let's see if we can read some of this information about this ship. It looks like they have a thumper on auto fire and a Vulcan cannon that does fragmentation, a light assault gun that does high explosive, and a thumper that does fragmentation. Okay, and so they're all linked on auto fire. These top two are linked on auto fire. Their hull is below half. They're at no flux, and it is a Cerberus class standard variant. We should win this battle without much issue. Yeah, they're about to destroy that ship. Wonderful. The Bury, the Cerberus class, has been disabled. The enemy fleet is defeated. The pirate ship maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging easily. It does not appear to be certain of your identity. Any hostilities will have a reduced impact on your reputation. The opposing fleet moves in to join battle. You transfer command to the ISS Khalidike for the upcoming engagement. Your forces were able to gain a complete victory in the last engagement. Relationships with the pirates has been reduced by 3. Salvage crews are able to recover 427 credits from the CPU cores still active in the wreckage. Let's pick through the wreckage. So we got some more supplies, a little bit of fuel, some heavy machinery, and metals. Confirm and continue. Your fleet supplies consumption has gone up. Recovering combat readiness used to deploy ships into battle costs supplies, as does repairing battle damage. To reduce supply use, repairs and CR recovery on ships can be suspended from the fleet screen. Alright, dismiss that. F5 to quick save and advance the tutorial. You've gained a level. Normally you gain 1 character point with each level up, but you get an additional 3 points at the start of a campaign. You decide to continue. You can spend character points to increase aptitudes and skills. Each aptitude governs a set of skills, and the maximum level of a skill is limited by the level of the governing aptitude. The maximum level you can reach is 50. Once character points are spent, they cannot be refunded. Press C to open the character tab and consider your options. If you don't have to actually spend any points now if you don't want to. But let's see what we have. So we have 4 points available. And there is a lot of skills that we can learn. Things that I have noticed are probably pretty good is things like target analysis to get 50% additional damage to weapons and engines. So we're gonna do that to begin with. The other thing that I was liking after a brief glance at the options we have is this salvaging. 15% resources and rare items recovered from abandoned stations and other derelicts. Gives us the ability to do a remote survey, do a preliminary survey on all nearby planets remotely, and that seems like it could be very good. If we want to do some colony settling, we might want to pick up like colony management, but this is definitely like the leader of our fleet for the moment. So let's see. Ship armor is complex and to a novice in the art has a surprising number of active components. Utilizing them just so can yield exceptional results. This will give us 150 armor for damage reduction calculation only for our piloted ship. Could be good. Evasive action for additional maneuverability. Yeah, let's do that as well. We'll grab 1 point in evasive action. I do want to get some stuff in industry. For weapons and fighter LPCs from enemy ships, cover disabled ships after battle, recovered ships have fewer D-mods on average. 50% fuel salvage. Getting that to rank 3 could be very, very good to build our fleet size. Increasing the ship's hull integrity and combat readiness from recovered ships. 50% of hull and armor damage taken and repaired after combat ends at no cost. I actually really like that. So we're going to put our last point there just to prep for a few level ups. Shortly after dispatching the pirates, you receive a tight beam communication from the system's main inhabited world, Ankara. The message is brief and asks you to travel there and contact Station Commander Evans as soon as possible. You decide to continue. Let's lay a course for Ankara. You don't need to do this to travel, but it helps keep track of where you're going and how long it'll take to get there. After dismissing this dialogue, press E to open the intel screen to view the details of the message you just received. Select the message and click on the Show on Map button to open the map centered directly on Ankara. Then left click and hold on the planet and select Lay in Course from the menu that pops up. Alternately, you can just right click on Ankara. You can also press tab to open the map and locate Ankara manually. Once you get to Ankara, open the comm directory to contact Station Commander Evans. So we need to press E to open the intel screen. And this is our intel screen. If we click on stabilize jump points here, we can see that there's a system here. I'm going to hit S to bring open the systems page, and we can see Ankara is right here. We hold left click and lay in course. We will begin traveling that direction. Now we can hold shift to speed up time as well when on this screen. Ankara is pretty far away, and it'll take a while to get there at this rate. The sustained burn ability is useful for long distance travels. Activating it briefly stops the fleet and reduces its acceleration to a minimum, but the maximum burn level will be much higher. A sustained burn can be interrupted by other fleets activating an interdiction pulse. Activate the sustained burn to get to Ankara more quickly. You can also press and hold shift to speed up time. So that's going to be number 5 here for a sustained burn, and then we'll hold shift to speed up time. Hopefully we don't run across anything. I don't believe we really should be getting run into any trouble until we get there. Your fleet is getting closer to Ankara, which is controlled by the Hegemony, a major militaristic faction in the sector. While in Hegemony space, a fleet is required by law to identify itself by keeping its transponder turned on. This is a view shared by most, though not all, major factions. Turning on your transponder makes your fleet highly visible, and everyone seeing it will know who you are, unlike that pirate fleet you fought earlier, which you had to be very close to positively identify. Keeping your transponder on is a crippling disadvantage in hostile space, but as we're getting closer to port and we'd like to dock there, it's a good idea to turn it on. Activate the transponder before getting closer to Ankara, both to avoid unwanted attention from patrols and to receive docking clearance. Since turning it on and off has major consequences, it requires a double tap to turn on or off, once to prime and once more to confirm. Alright, so we'll hit 1 twice, our transponder will be turned on. We're going to speed up time a little bit. If we look out here, we can see an Ankara relay. We want to also kind of stay away from the sun, from my understanding, as the solar emissions can definitely do some damage. Now that we're very close, we're going to turn off our sustained burn, click on Ankara, and here we come to dock. So we're going to open the comm directory. We have Day Evans, the station commander. You connect to the local comm directory and browse the public and otherwise known listings. You transmit the comms ID and wait for the system to establish a connection. Your connection request is accepted surprisingly quickly, given that a citizen has many responsibilities. Ah, you've come. Excellent. As well, you're aware recently. Well, I suppose we can skip that part. I could use a refresher on recent events. We've been running experiments on the dormant gate in this system, trying to connect it back to the domain's gate network. Promising experiments, or so we thought, until an energy pulse we expected would get a response from the gate destabilized the jump point leading into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain, where it's small. The stars have a sense of irony, do they not? The miners of Darankuyu Station, which is also located in this system and was operating operating near a subsistence level were hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come in, out of desperation, no doubt, but there were deaths, and they put themselves well outside the law. Their leaders know if the jump points are stabilized and the system is once again part of the sector, they can look forward to a life sentence at the penal colony at absolute best. Alright, now where do I fit in? The miners turned pirate are guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent readings and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We do have a security detachment that could handle their forces, but they're tied up defending Akraya. The pirates are too much for you to take on, but fortunately you don't have to. We've got an agent on Darikuyu Station, who is able to gain access to recent sensor readings from the ships guarding the jump points, but they have not been able to get us a long-range comm array to send the data to us. That's where you come in. Head to Darikuyu and retrieve the data from our agent, then return here. Why me? Why not? I'm not exactly spoiled for choice, and you've shown some ability to handle difficulties. I'm not going to be a milk run, that's for sure. It's not going to be a milk run, that's for sure. Oh boy. Alright, what's the plan? First off, make sure to turn off your transponder once you undock. I've instructed the security detachment not to give you any trouble about that. If you're lucky, the pirates may even think you're one of their own and let you approach Darikuyu without any trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you get closer to make sure they can't get too good a reading on your fleet. And if they do notice me, then you're in trouble. Activate emergency burn to get out of there, lose them, then come back around to try again. Don't e-burn unless you really need to though. It's hard on the ships and will cost more supplies to recover from. Eats up a good chunk of fuel too. Very well. Excellent. Thank you for being willing to help. Come back when you've got the data. Good luck. Cut the comm link. Alright, before we go, let's actually see about potentially selling some stuff. We're going to sell our metals. We can have up to 80 crew, so maybe we pick up a few more crew. We're only at 2,000 credits. We could also pick up a little bit more fuel. If you control click, it'll bring you to like your max capacity or recommended capacity. You can go over by control clicking again, but that's really not going to be something I'm too concerned about right now and looking to do. So that's going to cost us 1,200. We're buying directly off the open market. There is a black market as well, but buying stuff here can lead to unwanted attention. And for the moment, while learning, we're going to stick with just buying things off the open market, even if the prices are a little bit higher. We do not want to gain access to our storage just yet. We can also take a look at see if there's any ships here to buy, which there is. This would cost us 14,689 credits for a Wolf frigate, and there's a Hound freighter as well for nearly 14,000 credits. So we don't have that much money just yet. So now that we're leaving Akraya, if we press E, we can go back here, S to see the system, and we can see that the mining station's out here. So I'm going to lay in a course. There also looks to be a debris field nearby, as well as some debris over here. Maybe we want to go check out this debris real quick, see what we can pick up before heading over to the pirate station. So since we're over here, we're going to hit scavenge. Your fleet assumes a stable orbit, and the risk is low. We're going to assess it. It's asking for 80 crew. We have 130. It's asking for... Actually, I don't know how this calculates. I should have much more crew. We're going to have to take a look at this in a second. Maybe one's 130? I don't know. Begin salvage operations. We lost 3 heavy machinery. Okay, so we do have 80 crew in it once more, and we only have 30. So, yeah. Warning, you're taking more salvage than your fleet capacity can carry. So we're taking additional fuel over our cap. So we'll just stick with our cap right now. Get some heavy machinery. Get the metal plates. So if I take a look at... Our crew was 80, and I believe those wanted 120. So that's why we're not getting super effective results out of the scavenging for now. So now that we are out here approaching a pirate station, we want to go dark, right? And we're going to hit this once. It's going to reduce the range at which we can be detected by 50% and maximum burn level by 50%. We can still speed up time by holding shift. Maybe we wanted to wait just a little bit longer until we got a little closer, but this should be okay. So now we're approaching the mining station, and it doesn't seem like there's any ships nearby that are going to intercept us. Oh, there's a fleet right there, but I think we'll be okay to make it in. Looks like that's the case. We're going to open the comm directory and talk to the agent. You contact the agent and exchange passphrases to verify each other's identities. The agent then transmits a data file with recent raw sensor readings of the unstable jump points. All right. We can buy stuff here as well, though I don't really need to buy anything. So selling the metal here would give us 305. Doesn't look like we can. Oh, we could sell it on the black market for 436. You know what? We'll do that. I think that's going to be higher than what we can sell it at the other station for. And a little money is what we need right now. All right, so we're going to leave. We're going to quickly turn around. We're still dark. We could come down here to this debris field as well. And maybe see if we can scavenge anything else. We're going to assess. So we have 80 crew. This is wanting 130. We have 32 heavy machinery. This is requiring 40. So we only have a 28% chance to be effective here. We lost 2 crew and 3 heavy machinery. Oh wait, it's going to put us over again. So we're going to confirm that there. I don't know if that was really worth it. Hit tab to come up here. Say lay in a course for Encrya. And we're going to not go dark anymore. Instead, we're going to turn our transponder on. Maybe go with a sustained burn as we head back over. Able to burn, open the comm directory, and talk to the station commander. You have the data. Well done. There's a brief wait as you transmit the data file. Now, while the system is running a preliminary analysis of the data, I believe you're due a reward. We received 5,000 credits. Our relationship with the hegemony has improved by 2. Our relationships with Day Evans has improved by 4. And there's a chime in the background. She looks concerned. Is there a problem? Yes. The system estimates it'd take about a cycle to analyze the data and come up with a stabilization algorithm. Naturally, by then, the data would be out of date and any algorithm based on it meaningless. If we had an AI core on hand, we could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey pro somewhere in the system. One left over from the initial exploration of the sector by the domain. It should have at least 1 AI core serving as its brain. Where is it, and why hasn't it been salvaged before? To answer your second question, domain artifacts are usually protected by automated defenses that still function to this day, and this probe is no exception. And the hegemony generally forbids civilian interference with domain artifacts, for the sake of public safety, of course. Desperate times, however. As to where it is, my data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Get there, then head out beyond the asteroid belt, and use an active sensor burst. You should at the very least get a sensor contact with the probe. Head towards it, perform salvage, and bring back an AI core. Pontus is a gas giant in the outer system. To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the inhabited option in the map filter. I'll see what I can do. All right, so if we take a look at our fleet, we still only have the 2. If we take a look at our market, is there anything we want to sell? Let's go back here. We definitely want to sell these plates. We're really not going to make a whole lot. We might be able to sell to the black market for 271, so definitely made more profit selling to the black market on the pirate station. I'm not going to buy anything. I don't think that's really going to open us up to any suspicion just selling things there. We do need to buy 2 crew as well, and we are full on fuel at the moment, so we're just going to confirm that. All right, hitting tab and going to our sector map up here. Oh, it's E to bring up the quest, that's right. And go to sector there. Our Pontus planet is over here. Now, I don't know where the filters are, but I thought there was something we needed to turn off. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. F5 to quick save to continue the campaign tutorial. And we'll speed our way around there. Now, I don't want to actually go super close to the sun, as that can be very dangerous and reduce the effectiveness as well as wear down our ship. So we're going to kind of stay away from it and go around it just a little bit. I might need to set a target again for it once you take control. Now, once we're out here by the planet, we're going to use a sensor burst to try and see if there's anything for us to discover. That first sensor burst showed up nothing. So we'll wait for that to come off cooldown and use it one more time. Looks like there's something out this way. And there it is. We can use another sensor burst to find the domain era probe. Laying a course for the probe. Your fleet approaches the domain era probe left from the initial domain exploration of the sector. Pitted by small impacts, the probe's hull displays iridescence typical of fearsome radiation scarring. Though this probe's manufacture could well date 1,000 cycles ago, some systems are still nominally active. Oh, whoops, we need to explore that. As your fleet moves in closer, several enemy signatures are detected coming online inside the probe's hold. So it looks like we have a DSS Zeta Molly Warden class defense drone with 4 systems injured. The fuel injector, it looks like 5 systems injured. The fuel injector, the subsystems, the hull has been compromised, has a faulty power grid, and increased maintenance. This shouldn't be too difficult of a task. So we're going to engage the automated defenses. We're going to transfer command for the engagement to our Wayfarer class ship. We're going to continue. We're going to select all and deploy them. We're going to unpause. Get to see our beautiful ships here. And there it is. Looks like it's paused when you sight an enemy, which is kind of nifty. Now we could take control, but I believe the AI probably can handle this much better than I could personally. So far we're doing okay. It looks like we do need to vent our flux. So we're staying just out of range of their weapons while we do that. Our drones are there to do some damage to point defense and directly to the hull as well of this ship. And our primary ship is taking all that damage. Easy peasy. Claim victory. Your forces were able to gain a complete victory in the last engagement. Your forces were able to recover some combat readiness as they controlled the battle space and the engagement was limited. Pick through the wreckage. Alright, so we picked up a little bit of supplies. We don't need fuel yet, and we got a few more metal plates. As your fleet finishes mopping up the automated defenses, a weak hyperwave ping is detected coming from the probe. It's unclear if this is random noise from a dying subsystem or some kind of encrypted signal. Your fleet finishes its approach to the domain era probe without further incident. And we can begin to salvage. So once 100 crew, we have 80, and once 30 heavy machinery, we have 29. We do have an 86% effective salvage operation, though. So we'll begin to salvage this. Looks like we got some supplies, some more heavy machinery, some more metals, and 2 gamma cores. Wonderful. And we're still have a little bit of room in our cargo. So now we need to deliver these AI cores to the station commander. So let's do ES. Right click on the station. We're going to turn on our sustained burn. We're going to speed up time a bit. Might need to avoid that sun again, as it's probably just going to be directly on the path. Let's go around. And we're coming in. We're going to turn off our sustained burn and approaching cryo. Solid work. I'll get my technicians working on this right away. In the meantime, this should cover your expenses, hopefully with a good amount left over. We gained 8,000 credits and we improved our relationship. I'll send you the stabilization algorithm when the core works it up. Once you have it, it should be a simple matter of running it using your fleet's drive field as a means of interacting with the jump point. However, there's still the matter of the miners guarding both jump points out of the system. And you said their forces are significant. Well, it's all relative. Our security attachment could handle them easily, but as I've mentioned, it's tied down defending in cryo. Your fleet, on the other hand, you might be able to handle them with some stellar piloting and a bit of luck, but it's best not to take such chances. What alternate is there? There's a ship graveyard around Tetra, ships that were deemed not worth the effort to restore, awaiting bulk transit to one of the ship's breaking facilities elsewhere. Now, though, they'll serve our needs. Go there and cover all the ships you can, and break the ones you can't for supplies. Make sure to bring enough crew to operate the recovered ships, perhaps an extra 100 or so will do. You'll need to transport them somehow too. Here, take this mud skipper transport, considering it part of your reward. Alright, so now we got a civilian transport ship. Thank you, I'll return with the ships. So now, we can have up to 270 crew, so we're going to buy a bunch of crew. We can even have more fuel as well, so we'll buy some fuel. We're going to want to sell these plates, so we're still going to pay 6,000. That's fine. On the black market here, we can sell this additional gamma core we got for additional 10,000, bringing us up to 18,000. We're going to repair our ships as well for 2 supplies, and then we'll get ready to leave. And I'm going to end this episode right here. Oh, in just a moment, maybe. Attention fleet, your fleet matches the profile of a suspected smuggler posted in the Krya authorities. You're hereby ordered to submit to a cargo scan. We're going to allow the scan. No contraband or suspicious cargo found. We'll continue. All right. And I am going to end this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be here with part 2 up soon, and we'll go scavenge some ships and hopefully gain some more combat. But thank you very much. I'll catch you guys soon.